But right now, so Giannis, he decided to step to Tyrese Haliburton's dad. Check out what Giannis had to say about that. Check it out.
One thing I'll say is that I believe like being humble in victory. That's how I am. Now there can be a lot of people out there that are like, no, when you win the game, you gotta talk shit. And I disagree. I've won the championship. They haven't. Okay? And that doesn't say anything. I'm not trying to minimize their effort. But I remember when I won, my mom, that she's never missed the games. When we won the championship, I remember my mom, she was scared to cross. She was like, am I allowed to come and hug my son? Somebody's dad, which I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for his son, and I'm happy that he's happy for his son. That's how you're supposed to feel. But coming to me and disrespecting me and cursing at me, I think is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable.
Something happened between Giannis and your dad. What all did you see transpire?
You know, as far as the incident between Giannis and my pops, I had no idea it happened until I got to the back and was showed the video. Me and my pops have talked about that, and I don't agree with what transpired there from him. I think basketball is basketball, and let's keep it on the court. And I think that he just got excited, saw his son make a game winner, and came on the court. But I think we had a conversation, and I think he just needs to just allow me to just play basketball, stay over there. I'll come to him to celebrate.
And now we got Shaq and also Stephen A. Smith speaking about the incident. Check it out.
He's not supposed to be on the court. He's not supposed to be on the court.
Giannis talked to him. Forget all that.
No, he was on the court.
So what?
You think he said something? He probably didn't know who his dad is.
Stop it. Giannis said something to him.
No, because he's on the court in his face.
So what? Everybody on the court.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
No, you cannot do that.
Giannis said something to him.
So you think his dad was correct? No, his dad was 100% wrong. Giannis was wrong?
Bro, Giannis said something to him.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he not.
Look, right there.
No, his dad is coming up to him. What is his dad doing on the court? His dad is not supposed to be on the court. You can yell as much as you want to. He's an idiot. If you think that's right, you're an idiot too.
I've been covering the NBA for close to 30 years. I can't recall a moment when I saw a son have to go in front of the national cameras and literally say, my parent was wrong. They had no business doing this. And that is the position he put his son in. And that is the shame of it.
I just think the last thing I'll say is I never judge somebody by their worst moment. But to Stephen A.'s point, your son hits a game-winning shot. He's moving on. And your instinct is to get in the face of the star of the other team?
Who played a great game.
It's just unfathomable to me.
Bad for Giannis.
Who, by the way, is class personified.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard how he handles it. Yeah, being classy even in defeat. The whole thing was embarrassing. And what it reminded me a bit of, Stephen A., is we were talking about the Ulbrich situation. Remember who pranked Deion Sanders' son?
Which is a joke.
And how the son reflected so poorly on the father. This is that same situation. It's going to have people looking at Tyrese sideways as well, whether it's fair or not. It is, Stephen A.
No, it's not.
Whether it's fair or not, it does.
It is not. You are wrong. Nobody's looking at Tyrese Haliburton wrong. Nobody. He couldn't have handled it more perfectly. Nobody is looking at him. They're looking at his dad. His dad did this. This is Tyrese Haliburton.
Even your family's decisions can sometimes reflect poorly on you.
Not
as well.
In this case.
That is your opinion, Stephen.
Not in this case.
I promise you.
And I'm telling you, you're dead wrong.
Okay, so you're saying everyone is no one's looking at him.
Why would anybody look at Tyrese Haliburton, Molly? Why? He goes up, he finds out what happens. He goes on national television and says, my dad was wrong. Why would anybody look at Tyrese Haliburton wrong? Why?
I don't know. Maybe because he was chirping the whole season as well, and his father's an extension of him. I'm just telling you, it's your opinion. A child is
an extension. So in other words, the child is an extension of his father. And because
you're making a blanket statement. You're saying that you don't know that. You haven't spoken to every single person.
Well, you don't know it either.
Opinion. People have differing opinions.
I'm saying you don't know it either.
But just discussing it with people.
Tyrese Haliburton, somebody is looking wrong at him when he goes on national television and calls out his own father?
Yes.
But people feel a certain way about him because otherwise he wouldn't have won that, one.
He wouldn't have been leading that. Stephen A. Most overrated by the players.
I'm talking about the incident last night. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about how people feel about Haliburton overall. I'm talking about last night's incident.
And Wendy and I are telling you how people feel as well.
Right, y'all. So there you have it. That was Shaq and also Stephen A. Smith. And in the intro of this video, I showed y'all Giannis, and he was speaking on the Tyrese Haliburton's situation because he stepped to Haliburton's dad. And Stephen A. Smith and Molly, they clashed at the end of this clip that I just show y'all. And I gotta say that sometimes, rather pretty much all the time, Molly, she's always annoying. And the only reason why she's there is because the bosses, they feel like she's beautiful woman, so they want to keep her there as eye candy. And let me be clear, there's a lot of women that actually knows a lot about basketball and sports, but Molly, she's not one of them. And I actually want to know what you think about this, so make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.